Hey everybody, welcome to our species spotlight on Burgess Corydoras or Corydoras burgessi. This interesting little Corydoras originates from Brazil. It is found in the upper Rio Negro water basin. The typical habitats that it comes from are smaller blackwater tributaries as well as flooded forest zones. It can also be found in some clear water habitats in that domain as well. The water parameters in that type of habitat are typically low in conductivity and low in pH as well. The types of fish that are found along with the species of Corydoras are small tetras and then various species of Apistogramma. For the time being, the Corydoras burgessi really remains a fish most oftenly found as a wild import. Now we're going to talk a little bit about behavior, compatibility, tank size, coloration, and so forth. When it comes to keeping the Corydoras burgessi, you're really best off keeping them in small groups of at least 6 specimens. The types of tank mates that they should be kept with should be slower moving, more peaceful, non-territorial, non-boisterous type species. The Corydoras burgessi attains a size of about 2 inches or 5 centimeters. When it comes to coloration and markings, the most distinguishing characteristic of that is the black area or black patch under the dorsal fin that extends up into the dorsal fin. The anterior patch or paler patch in front of that is a dull yellow coloration. The minimum aquarium size for a small school of Corydoras burgessi should be at least 25 US gallons or 100 liters. The type of tank habitat or tank setup that you want to provide these fish for will be typical of most Corydoras: branches, some leaf litter, planted areas, and most of all you want to have some open areas of fine smooth gravel or sand. While their natural habitat doesn't really include live plants, they are a good choice for planted aquariums as long as you provide them with some open areas where they can congregate and rummage about in the substrate. When it comes to water conditions, water movement should be mid to slower water flow, such as that provided by a typical clip-on filter or a larger air-driven sponge filter. Temperature range is between 74 and 82 degrees Fahrenheit or 24 to 28 degrees C. While they do well in pH ranges of 5 to 7, for aquarium keeping purposes, we would recommend a range of 6 to 7. When it comes to water hardness, 1 to 10 DKH is very suitable. Now, when it comes to feeding the Corydoras burgessi, this small Corydoras is an omnivore, so we do recommend some vegetable-based tablets and sinking granules as well. Fluval Bug Bites does offer some sinking algae crisps that are a great supplement for these fish. Some occasional frozen mysis or bloodworms or brine shrimp is also recommended for them. And don't forget to provide this cory, as you should just about all of the other species, a special treat of some waterlogged black worms or tubifex worms that you would push into the substrate to allow the fish to rummage about in the sand as they dig up the treat, as they would in nature. I think the most important point to remind everybody about when it comes to feeding Corydoras is to make sure that they get a proper varied diet and it's given to them on a daily basis. And by no means should you consider the fact that, there might be some leftover food being adequate to feed these fish. They do require a proper regimen. They do require a proper daily feeding. In summary, we would like to say that the Corydoras burgessi is definitely one of our favorite Corydoras species. It's a smaller species, doesn't get too big, really attractive in a nice sized group, and you don't have to have that big an aquarium to have a bigger school of them, which just brings out their natural behavior more. It's very satisfying to watch them rummaging about in the sandy bottom looking for treats. So we would definitely recommend them as a great fish for either beginners or experienced aquarists. And for those that love planted aquariums, they're a great choice as well. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please make sure to leave us some comments below.